Hey, what's going on, guys? Cooling here, and I'm sorry I didn't upload this on Friday like I said I would, but I was busy on Friday and busy yesterday, Saturday, so I decided to do it today. I really do apologize for that, and I'll try to get my schedule fixed up. But welcome to my new series or show or whatever you want to call it. It's called CommonX. The reason I chose this name, CommonX, is because it kind of sounds like common sense. And it also kind of sounds like comics. So it's the common sense on comics. CommonX. Now, this series, or show, whatever, is going to be me explaining to you the history of different comics or movies and things like that, with additional gameplay. In this one, we will be doing Batman Arkham Knight gameplay along with, well, there's no Batman gameplay per se. Well, there's a little bit, just a clip in the beginning, but once we get into it, I will be explaining the history of the Red Hood the most that I can remember, just to show you guys how much I love reading Batman comics and watching Batman animated movies, things like that. Love playing games, all that stuff. I'm a nerd, and I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, this episode will be on the Red Hood, and I'll explain more once this clip ends, and I hope you enjoy.
Now to locate the commander and finish this.
Hi guys, how you doing? This cellular data sucks ass. I need a new phone. You need a new phone. My Ferrari is a tank, and you can deal with it. Hey look, that man owns a tank. My tank's better, and I'll show him that my tank is better. Alright, so here we go. The history of the Red Hood. The one, the only, Jason Todd. Now, if you don't know the history of the Red Hood, where have you been? Have you been living under a rock or something? I understand. I didn't know about the Red Hood until I watched this animated movie called Batman Under the Red Hood, and that's where I learned all about the Red Hood. Well, the majority of the stuff about the Red Hood. So the origin of the Red Hood is actually the Joker. So back in the day, way back in the day, Alan Moore wrote a book called The Killing Joke, and that's where we got our little origin of the Joker. So the origin of the Joker is he had a wife who was pregnant. They were expecting a kid because she's pregnant, like I just said. And the Joker, we don't even get his name, so just keep calling him the Joker. He needs money so he can support his family, so he decides to take on this job with mobsters. Now these mobsters, they hire him to act like the boss. So they buy him this weird dome-looking thing, and they put it on his head, and they call him the Red Hood. So they go to a chemical plant where they plan to do who knows what, I don't remember. And so the Joker is the lucky one, maybe, sort of. Well, he's the one that doesn't die out of the four guys that were there. But he doesn't die, but he messes himself up because since he has this big red dome over his head, all he can see is everything in red. So as Batman jumps in, after the other guys are killed by the police, Batman jumps in to stop him, but since he sees everything red, he doesn't know that the liquid right there in front of him is a vat of chemicals. He thinks it's just water. So he jumps in, becomes the Joker, and that's the original Red Hood story. Now, fast forward a couple years, and now we have Jason Todd, the second Robin, which is picked up by Batman as an orphan. That makes sense? I'll clarify. Jason Todd was an orphan. Lived on the streets. He stole tires to make a profit off and things like that. And one night, Batman, as he went to go fight off crime, he parked his Batmobile in an alley, went off to fight crime. Jason Todd comes by and starts taking the tires off the Batmobile. As he's taking off the last tire, Batman comes and sees him. And Batman feels sympathy for him because Batman went through the same thing, aka Bruce Wayne. He was an orphan, his parents were killed, and thus Batman sees the same thing in Jason. So he sees this potential, so he takes Jason with him. And he tells him all of his secrets. He trains him. He makes him Robin, the second Robin. First Robin is Dick Grayson, which I will do in my next episode. And so yeah, teasers for the next episode incoming. Anyway, so he takes in Jason, trains Jason. Jason becomes Robin, the second Robin. And as time goes on, Jason gets older and older and older, and he starts to want to wander off on his own, and he kind of becomes very stubborn and whiny about the way Batman does things. Because Jason wants to clean up the streets, but he wants to clean up the streets permanently. So he ends up hurting the criminals more than what he should he should be hurting them. Yeah, Batman breaks their bones, fractures their skulls, and things like that, but Jason made a couple people go paralyzed and things like that. So it was a bit more extreme. So Batman decides to, you know, ground him or whatever. He yells at him, he gives him a speech and everything, but Jason doesn't care. So one night, they go off to fight the Joker, and as Batman's taking out some thugs, Jason sees that the Joker's running off. So he decides, I can show Batman that I'm better than him. So he runs after the Joker, but the Joker used himself as a trap. So he ends up capturing Jason and takes him off to God knows where. Batman was busy with the thugs, so he didn't even realize Jason was gone until the end of the fight. So Jason is gone now. Batman has no clue where Jason is, and it's been about 6 months now. When he finally finds out where Jason is, it's too late. The Joker had already beaten him down with a crowbar and blown up the building. What a tragedy. Batman loses another Robin, but this one to death. So Batman goes off on his own, gets a new Robin. Sadly, kinda just replaces Jason immediately, and as you can see here, he's not afraid to kill the Red Hood. Now, back to the story. Batman finds a new Robin and moves on with his life, knowing that Jason is dead. But wait, Jason's not dead. His body was recovered by the mentor of Batman, Ra's al Ghul. Now, Ra's owns or has a Lazarus Pit. If you don't know what the Lazarus Pit is, it's this big, like, vat of ooze that brings the dead back to life. So Ra's al Ghul gets Jason Todd's body, throws it into the Lazarus Pit, and thus Jason Todd comes back to life. But he comes back like mentally crazy in a sense. He kind of goes off because he came back to life, and the Lazarus Pit is known to make people go crazy. Ra's al Ghul has used it for thousands of years, and he's evil. He's bad. He's crazy. So Jason Todd comes back to life and then takes on the identity of the Red Hood. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm guessing it's because he knows that the Joker once was the Red Hood, so he's going to take on the personality of the man who once killed him. So Jason Todd goes off, becomes the Red Hood. Yeah, messing up my words, and I really do apologize for that. He becomes the Red Hood, goes to fight crime back in Gotham, but he fights crime in a way different way than Batman did, because he kills his enemies. He's not afraid to kill people. He'll kill them, he doesn't care. He kills them. Why? Because he wants to get rid of crime on the streets forever. So he figures killing them is the only way to really get rid of them. So Jason goes off, starts killing people around Gotham, and Batman realizes it and comes to stop him. But the thing is, Batman does not know that Jason Todd is the Red Hood, because he still thinks Jason is dead. Keep that in mind. Batman does not know that Jason is the Red Hood. So as he tries to stop the Red Hood, he starts to notice things that are very similar to his own combat style. So, in a sense, the Red Hood fights very similar to Batman. You know, he uses very similar tactics and such. Batman notices this and tries to figure out who the Red Hood is. So, what he does, he gathers all the evidence he has, recordings and such that he's gotten from, you know, he's Batman. He can do pretty much what he wants when he wants to. So he ends up gathering some recordings of the Red Hood's voice and things like that, and matches it up with Jason's voice that he has on his computer and whatnot. So Batman ends up finding out that the Red Hood is Jason Todd, and he's astounded, and he has no clue how Jason came back to life, and then he remembers the Lazarus Pit. So he goes to Ra's to talk to him and ask him why he brought Jason back to life, but why Jason came back the way he did, and Ra's tells him that he needed to give Batman something back after what Batman did. I don't remember what he did, because I'm a dumbass. Anyway, so Ra's tries to repay Batman back with, you know, his son. But in bringing back Jason Todd goes crazy once he exits the Lazarus Pit, and that's what Ra's tells Batman. So Batman goes back, fights the Red Hood, then when he finally gets him to take off his mask, he asks him, why are you doing this, Jason? You're not like this. What caused you to change? Why are you doing this? You know, pretty much the basic question of, why are you the Red Hood now? Why didn't you just come back to me and we could fight crime together? Jason tells him, first off, you replaced me. You got rid of me, and you got a new Robin. Second off, Jason tells Batman this. Why is he still alive? Why is he still alive? Batman looks at him and says, why is who still alive? And he tells him, the Joker, why is he still alive? He took me from you and you didn't bat an eye. He took me from you and you didn't kill him. You let him live, but you replaced me. And thus Batman tells him, it's because if I kill someone, I've gone too far and I'll never come back from it. I won't stop. Just like you. And Jason says, what? Batman's like, see, you try to stop crime by killing people. Now you can't stop killing people. Bam! Snap that dude's neck. Not in the story, but in the gameplay. So Jason goes crazy and threatens to kill everybody that's there, with the Joker in the closet, and thus blows up the building. Jason disappears and is never seen again. Of course, you always gotta remember, there were alternate stories to everything. And this is the story that I remember of the Red Hood. I hope you guys enjoy. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel for more videos like this one. And guys, overall, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button so, you know, I can do more of this, and I do plan on doing more of this. CommonX, it sounds like common sense. It's about comics. CommonX. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. One more thing before I go, I like this concept of an intro for my channel, so tell me if you like it. See you guys later.